Hello, this is the weaponry tutorial for the Create server. So the main thing we'll be using is the great big cannons, as they do the most damage to ships. So they need to be constructed with a cannon mount and these components. Look at the jade at the top. And to assemble it, you need to click this lever, give this power on the side of the hammer. And then when you want to fire it, click this. But it needs to be loaded first. And this is a steel sliding breech, so to load it, you need to disassemble, load it up, and there's 3 cannon barrels. So push once, and then we do 2 powder charges, and then we need to push it one more time so the shell is here, the powder charge is here, and here. And then we close it, assemble, and then when we fire it, it'll shoot. The more powder charges you add, the further it will go. And similarly, there's the autocannon and the twin autocannon, which use these components. And assemble the same way. However, these use rounds, which is easiest with a hopper. Now, when we fire it, what we're also going to do is add a tracer tool with it. So this is an access to this, but this is what it's going to look like. So every single autocannon will now have a tracer round. Now, there's also these torpedoes, which against armor aren't very powerful, but they do damage behind the armor, so they're good for killing floaters to make the ship sink. So if we just go over to the ship, we can see that there's floaters in here. The torpedoes assembled as so with a warhead, the core, and a thruster, and to fire them you simply give them a redstone signal. That is a bit laggy for me because I'm using shaders, but oh, it did not do any damage whatsoever. That can happen. I'll fire a couple more. Also, it needs to be assembled like this. You can't sneak and do it backwards. And I think the middle bit needs to be powered. Like, usually it isn't this laggy. laggy, but I've got so much stuff running. Yeah, as you can see, the water's risen and some of our freighters have got destroyed, as well as my torpedoes. Next. Now there's different kinds of shells. Now there's many in the Great Big Cannons, which are weaker, like the HE shell. But I've added this add-on called the Warrior projectiles, which give much more powerful shells. So the blockbuster is the most powerful non-nuclear shell. We've got the fission bomb shell and the fusion bomb. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate these because it will destroy my PC with shaders on as well. They're also very expensive and banned in the naval war for obvious reasons. And you can also make them auto. You can also make cannons auto-target. But you can move cannons by using rotation, and you can do setups to control them easier. However, it's very difficult to get it in a very precise location, so I'd recommend setting up a radar, and you can view everything that's nearby, and we can use, and obviously there's a lot of stuff here. You can see items, passive mobs, hostile mobs, me, and then some contraptions. However, if we use the protection filter, we can filter out stuff. So if we only want to see contraptions and ships and players, we can then put this in the network controller. And now, I think that will be the ship over there. That's us, and these are the different Great Big Cannon contraptions. Now the radar, the range is dependent on how many of radar plates you put on it, or radar dishes. And this has only got 130 blocks of range, which is radius. The maximum is 1000. And if we use a creative radar play, we'll automatically max out at 1000. As we can see, the BS ships are a lot closer now. And there is also guided fuses, which when attached to a shell will cause it to seek. And also you need to attach an impact fuse or a different kind of fuse, so when they shoot out of a cannon they actually detonate. So this is an example of a radar guided cannon. So if I assemble this and then set it to target a VS contraption, it's very slow. You can speed it up by changing the rotation speed. And now it's targeting that. And now it's targeting what someone built over there. I don't actually know what that is. And now it's targeting the target I'm about to use in a minute, which is somewhere over there, not rendered in. Now, to set this up, you're going to need the auto yaw controller and the auto pitch controller, 2 sources of rotation, and some data links. Now, to fully get this working and set radars up, you need to put down a radar controller. You then right click with the data link, and then you click on the radar, you click on the monitor, now it comes up, and you click, so first, then the cannon is a bit weird, so you click on the cannon mount, select this, the cannon mount, select this, and then the controller, and put it on top. And now when we assemble it, it auto targets. Now you can get set it to auto fire using the fire controller. When we put it on here and put this here, so when it locks on, it will emit a red, and it has ammo inside of it, it will emit a redstone signal. Now I don't want to blow up my ship yet, so I won't use one with a fuse. So we'll disassemble this. Put this up. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And push it one extra. And that goes down. Assemble. Immediately fired. Now it missed because we didn't have it. Oh no, it did hit, I think. But it did not. The explosion did not happen because we didn't add a fuse to it. However, be mindful. This also works for both of these types of cannons. However, be mindful that it does. If you're trying to target like a fast-moving plane, it will take a while to track it, and it probably won't shoot if it's just flying overhead. And to demonstrate how it could be used on a VS ship. Should this works? So here. So this is the ship. I'll show you the target that we're going to shoot at. I have already set up what is the equivalent of a regular cannon with this auto-guided fuse to auto-target. I will load in a second. This boat here. And when I have it linked to this tweak link controller, which can also be used for firing. So when I select that VS ship targeted, because the shell used has the guided fuse. And it automatically locked onto, even though the cannon wasn't aiming at it. The ship has been hit. And did quite a lot of damage. So now the bomb. You can also, you can use JEI to find the recipes of everything, and something like the fusion bomb shell is absolutely, from memory, it has an awful recipe because you need fusion bomb, all of these plates, and a fission bomb. It's absolute insanity. But yeah, that is